Hello, welcome to our St. John's Technical High School virtual open house.
Hello, I'm Lillian Bersu, and I teach English 3, English 1, and Language Arts 3. A little bit about me is that I am from Jacksonville, Florida. My hobbies are sewing, crocheting, knitting, anything that is creative, hiking, and reading. My teaching history is that I taught online for 1 year during COVID, and this is my third year teaching at the Tech.
Throughout the year, our class will be reading a number of short stories and poems, including a novel during the fourth quarter. I will be going over in the following slides what exactly were short stories and poems we'll be reading. Each quarter, our class will either be completing a argumentative or expository writing assignment. We'll be using these to help students master standards as well as establish real-world applications.
For English 1, during quarter 1, we will be reading Marigold's Necklace and the Most Dangerous Game. We will also be doing an expository writing assignment. For Language Arts 3, during quarter 1, we will be reading The Telltale Heart, Phineas Gage, A Gruesome but True Story of Brain Science, and Monster. We will also be writing an expository writing assignment. During quarter 2 for English 1, we will be reading I Have a Dream, The Origin of Intelligence, Eulogy to Mahatma Gandhi, and An Indian Father's Plea. We will also be having an argumentative writing assignment. For quarter 2, we'll be reading The Invisible One, The Road Not Taken, Slam Dunk and Hook, and we'll be having a novel study on The Outsiders. We'll also be writing an expository writing assignment. During quarter 3 of English 1, we will be reading Pyramus and Thisbe, Romeo and Juliet, Act 2, Scene 2, and The Odyssey, Book 12. We will also be doing an expository writing assignment. For Language Arts 3, during quarter 3, we'll be reading Express to the Nation on the Explosion of the Space Shuttle Challenger, Gaming Communities, Speech to the Ohio Women's Conference, Ain't I a Woman, and Nobel Prize acceptance speech. We will also be having a argumentative writing assignment. During quarter 4 in English 1, we'll be doing a novel study for Animal Farm, and we will also be doing test prep and review. For quarter 4 in Language Arts 3, we will be doing a novel study of The Hobbit, and we will be doing test prep and review. For English 3, in quarter 1, we will be doing a novel study of The Crucible and reading the short story American Horse. We will also be doing an expository writing assignment. In quarter 2, we will be reading Life After High School and The Allegory of the Cave. We will also be having an argumentative writing assignment. In quarter 3, we'll be reading The Harlem Renaissance, The Negro Speaks of Rivers, and How It Feels to Be Colored Me. We will also be doing an expository writing assignment. In quarter 4, we will be doing a novel study on The Great Gatsby, and we'll be having an expository writing assignment. Important first quarter dates. Interims are September 11th, first quarter ends October 11th, and report cards are on October 18th. Homework is not given in my class. All work will be completed in class. Upcoming summatives. 10/4/2024. This assignment will be our writing assignment, and the week of 9/30/2024 through 10/4/2024, we'll be working on that. If students are absent, they can make up any assignments on Schoology. Formatives are worth 30% of their grade. This includes bell ringers, classwork, homework, and participation. Summatives are worth 70% of their grade, which is tests, projects, and presentations. Formatives you will be able to find on Schoology. Summatives students will have to complete in class if they are absent during the time we take the summative. My classroom rules are that hats and hoods should be off heads. Phones should be silent and put away in students' phone pockets. Students should clean up after themselves. If eating has to be done, it should be done in the cafeteria, and that students need to be respectful to themselves, their peers, and their teachers.
Our school runs on PAC expectations. What that means is that we are prepared, always responsible, collaborative, and kind and safe. Our dress policy is that students clothing must cover from one armpit to the other down to mid-thigh. Tops must have straps and cover midriff. Any clothing that shows profanity, violence, discriminatory messages, sexually suggestive phrases, symbols, or phrases of alcohol, tobacco, or drugs is unacceptable. Pajamas are not allowed to be worn. Any headgear, including caps, hats, bandanas, and sunglasses, are not allowed to be worn indoors. Students must wear shoes that are safe for the learning environment, so bedroom slippers are not allowed. Rips and tears in clothing above the mid-thigh must not expose skin. Upon entering our cell phone policy is that upon entering the classroom or office, phones must be put and earbuds must be put away to maintain academic focus. So that means students must not use their phones when in classrooms or offices, in bathrooms or clinic, or during summative district or state testing. Students may use the phone when they're in the hallway between classes, during breaks such as breakfast and lunch, and in the classroom if it is for educational purposes directed by the teacher. Failure to put the phone away after reminders will result in consequences such as confiscation of the device or loss of privileges to access the device. If there is a reasonable suspicion that the student has used the cell phone in violation of the code of conduct or other school rules, or for any unlawful purpose, the school administration may search the phone's call logs, voice messages, text messages, photographs, and any other applications in its investigation of the suspected violations. So how can you make sure that you are involved in your students' learning? So make sure that your email and phone numbers are up to date and hack. This is how we contact you with any additional information of what your students doing in the classroom, as well as any wanting to share in the celebration of when your student does well, any additional information of what we will be doing in class, and so on. Check Hack Weekly for grades and such to keep up with your students' learning. Check Schoology Weekly. I provide weekly updates for what we are doing in class. Check in with your student daily. Ask your student how their day has been going in class and keep up with their classroom assignments. And then contact me if you have any questions. Um, any questions. If you are unsure of what we are doing in class, or if you have any questions with how your student is doing in my classroom, please feel free to contact me. The technologies that we use in class include Schoology for weekly updates, StudySync, the online and physical textbook, and Hack for grade updates. What materials our students need in my classroom are pens and pencils, highlighters, and notebooks. Thank you for listening to our virtual open house. If you have any questions for me, please contact me through my email.